Hey y'all, Shay here. Welcome to this week's Whip and Chat. WIP's, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress. And I'm so glad y'all are here. I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm hanging in there. Go ahead and grab something to drink, something to eat. I, of course, always have my coffee. It is, let's see, Wednesday for me / Thursday for y'all. And it is 10:23 in the morning for me. All the kids are at school. So let's just hang out for about an hour and let's get some work done, whatever that looks like for you. Let me just hang out and keep you company. And let's see, let me tell you what I'm working on. So my whip is a diamond painting, and this is from Diamond Art Club, and it's a Josephine wall, and it's Cancer is the name of the painting. Let me show y'all the little logbook sticker, if y'all can see that. It's got the mermaid. Sorry, let me see that and see what y'all can see. Yeah, sorry, I've had a lot of coffee this morning. It's got, you know, the mermaid, and then the mermaid child, the mother, and then a crab. It's really, really pretty. I am not even halfway. I've been working on this since April 1st, and today's what, the 20th? I am on the 3rd row, and once I get, I've got to complete this square right here. I'm about halfway done. I've got 2 more squares. I've got this one and one more, and then I'll be halfway. So I really just have 2 more squares to do, and then I'll be halfway. I've wanted to stop it a few times, but I'm like, no, keep going. Haven't felt as motivated. Sometimes that happens with these bigger ones. You know, I'm not getting the completion feeling and satisfaction. So I tend to kind of lose a little bit of momentum, but that's okay, you know, because I've been getting some other stuff done, which probably is a good thing. Okay, so what else am I using? So that's my painting, and my pen is from WoodTurning. So definitely, you know, link everything down below. This has got the 2 seasons, so it's got summer on one side and then winter on the other. Love this pen. The pens are hard to get, but she does do drops on Etsy. So just follow her on Instagram, and I'll put Instagram and her Etsy site down below and try to snag one of her pens, but they are beautiful. Got that. I am using a Shay tray. It's one of the 3D printed trays that we've done. They're not for sale yet, but hopefully in the future they will be. So I just like the color, and I thought the green matched. And I've got a couple of CoverMinders. These both came from Berta, one of my friends here on YouTube. And this came from Jenny O Snap Crafters Cafe. It's the Disney Castle, Cinderella's Castle. And then this other little mermaid CoverMinder. So yes, and then the washi tape that I'm using to section off is from Simply Gilded. And I always forget to link the washi tape down below, so I need to make a note to do that. I'm gonna make myself a quick note. Link washi tape, in case y'all wanna know. And what else? And what I do is washi tape is really good to section off. I just started doing this. This is probably my 2nd painting that I've used, and I'm loving it because you can still see the painting. I used to use release papers, those white papers, but you can't see the painting as much. And you know, I do like both ways, but I haven't been enjoying the cover, you know, just sectioning off with the washi tape. And then I have like a little blade that I got off of Amazon. I'll link that too. And it just, you know, I was really afraid of this. I was afraid it was gonna cut the painting, but it doesn't. It's such a tiny little blade. What else, y'all? In my pen, I'm using micro glue dots in my single placer and good old pink wax I'm just using a 4-placer in my multi-placer, okay? And I think that's it. Oh, Elizabeth Ward, storage containers. If y'all are curious, I've got 2 of those going. And I do have several ABs that I'm using to enhance it, just ABs I already had. So I've got the one that came with the kit, and then I've got the AB right above it. So that's why I've got 2 of them going, because I have, you know, the ABs in there. A lot of purple ABs. I've got 208, 209, 210 ABs. So a lot of purple ABs that I'm adding, and it's turning out really, really good. A lot of greens, a lot of purples, blues. It's really, really beautiful. So let's get started. Let me grab, so I was working on this symbol this morning. Okay, so I already asked, but I want to just double check. How's everybody doing? So make sure you let me know down in the comments how you are. And I'd like to know what you're working on. Let me know if you're doing an event. I am doing this, I forgot to mention, I am doing this painting for the JWall Along, and it's a 2-month event. I started doing it in April, but it was the month of March and April. And it is hosted by Laura with Anxiety Art Adventures. and I'll link all that stuff below. It is almost done. It will be, it finishes the end of April. So, and I obviously will not be finished, but you know, I'm just kind of doing it just to, you know, join her and support a friend and just join the community and doing an event. And it's been really fun to look at all the pictures on Instagram. The hashtag, if you're interested, it's hashtag JWall Along 2022. Yeah. All right. So I think that's all the diamond painting news. What else? I am very excited. I've got some points kind of built up with Diamond Art Club, and I'm kind of, you know, I don't just buy, I have to really, really like it. And then I also have to feel like I've got some money saved up, or I've got points to use. I did, instead of getting the candle that they offered the diamond folks, I did, in lieu of a candle, I did get the gift card. And I think it's for $35. I've got that plus some points. So I am definitely on the lookout to purchasing another Diamond Art Club. So I'm gonna be seeing what's gonna be released. I know they're releasing a mystery diamond painting. I wanna say today, the day that I'm filming this. I think that's what I saw on Instagram. They're not giving a whole lot of details on it. So, but by the time y'all see this, you probably already know and have seen the release. So, but again, it's a mystery painting, so they won't be showing it. And I've never bought a mystery painting before. So maybe that's one I do. That would be kind of fun. Y'all let me know if you've done a mystery painting and what do you think? Yay, nay? I'm curious what y'all think, because I've never done one and I'm not sure how it works. So I'm curious. And I haven't really seen a lot of the unboxings. I don't know if it appeals to me. I think I want to know what I'm buying and what it is before I start working on it, but maybe I don't. Maybe it could be fun to not know. So yeah, I'm curious what y'all think. And if you've had any, you know, anything with mystery painting so far. So let's, before we get into what's been going on with me this past week, I wanted to just do a little semi-unboxing. I've already opened it, but I just wanted to show y'all because I didn't do a dedicated video, so I thought it'd be fun to show y'all something I ordered from Etsy. This is from another creator here on YouTube, so I wanted to support her. It's Ruby Q, and I'll have her link down below. I ordered a pair of her clay earrings, and they are beautiful. So they come packaged in this really pretty holographic bag. And y'all, she added in, I didn't even order these earrings. These are not the earrings I ordered. She included these beautiful, can y'all see those? These beautiful heart earrings. They are so pretty. And the other night I turned off my lights in my craft room and they glow in the dark. And I did not know that. So I love them even more. I thought they were so cool. So thank you, Ruby, for these. So these were just a freebie. So I love those. And I have one of my holes in one of my ears is ripped a little bit, so I can't wear real heavy earrings, and these are super light. So that's one of the things I was worried about. She does have care instructions, which I thought was really nice. Polymer clay earrings. And then of course, you know, she put a thank you for your purchase, and then I did get my invoice, which I appreciate. I like it when they include your invoice, so you can kind of get all the details of what you had ordered. But yeah, let me show y'all. I haven't worn them yet. I think I'm gonna wear them on my next live. Y'all, look at how pretty these are. As you can see, aren't those beautiful? I got the smallest ones that she had because I just wasn't sure about weight, but they have that blue flower and they're glossy. They are so pretty. I showed them to Lou and she was like, ooh. So yes, and they've got some, you know, a little bit of glitter in the center. Thought they were so pretty, very springy. So I'm definitely gonna be wearing these. So yes, Ruby, thank you so much for the beautiful earrings. Again, go check her. I'll have her shop linked down below, okay? So if y'all are interested in going to see her, what she's got. She has, I think she also has CoverMinders in addition to earrings, if I remember right, on her website. So then follow her on Instagram to make sure you get, you know, the information of when she's gonna be dropping more earrings. So yes, I wanted to show you all those. Okay, so last time we talked, like I said, was Wednesday/Thursday. A lot has gone on. Let's start with Oreo, the bunny, our little bun. So he is a mess. Okay, so we are, just heads up, just so y'all know, we are gonna be talking about, I'm gonna be talking about something that I never thought I would talk about on YouTube, but that is my rabbit's genitalia. Y'all, yeah, it's quite in depth, what's been going on with his businesses. So Thursday, so Oreo, let's back up. Oreo got neutered 2 weeks ago, okay? And 2 weeks later, they wanted us to come in and have the stitches removed. And they told me that that appointment would just take a few minutes. And so, and that they would just remove them and we'd be on our way. Super easy. So I had an appointment on Thursday of last week after I talked to y'all to get the stitches removed. 10 o'clock in the morning, I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. I told Randy and I was gonna have lunch and hang out at her house in Diamond Paint that afternoon at 11. So I'm like, yeah, I've gotta take Oreo at 10. I'll definitely be there by like 11. Well, I take an Oreo, and of course getting him in his crate, his little carrier, is always fun because he's not super affectionate or social. He doesn't bite, but now y'all, he does grunt like a pig. I didn't know bunnies did that, but he does. It's almost like he's growling at me. He doesn't bite, he just kind of makes this snort sound. So he was snorting and I got him in there. Take him to the vet and they're like, yeah, we'll take him from you. Just wait here in the lobby and we'll be right back. I was like, okay. So I'm waiting, and I'm like, you know what? This is taking a little bit longer than they said it would, but you know, maybe they're busy. So the vet tech comes out and she's like, yeah, can you come on back? And I thought, oh no, this is not good. I'm like, is everything okay? And she's like, yeah, she just wants to talk to you, you know, talking about the vet. Okay. And she's being real vague. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go back in the back room, you know, behind like the patient rooms, you know, where they actually do like the surgeries and the procedures, like the back room behind the curtain. And I go back there and she's holding the bunny with his, you know, his legs spread open. And she's like, I wanted to show you something. And I was like, yeah. She's like, look at this. And I was like, oh my gosh, y'all. The poor guy, his scrotum, one side was swollen to the size of like a big grape. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, is he okay? And she's like, yes, but I'm like, that's gotta be painful. She goes, no, he's all right. And I felt awful. I felt like a horrible bunny parent because, you know, we had not been holding him and I was not checking that area to see how it was healing because he doesn't like us to hold him. He runs away from us. He wants really nothing to do with us. So, yeah. So she's like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and drain it and see if that helps. I'm like, okay. So there, while I'm standing there, and I hope y'all don't get grossed out. I'm not gonna show pictures or anything, but she goes, she's like, I'm gonna go ahead and drain it. I thought she was gonna have me leave. Oh no. She grabs a needle and she pokes it in his, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And she starts squeezing it. She's like, oh, nothing's coming out. I don't know this. And she goes, oh, wait a second. There's a little bit. She's like, you know what? I think I need a bigger needle. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna pass out. Oh my gosh, this is awful. So she gets a bigger needle. She pokes the poor guy with the bigger needle. And she's like, this just isn't draining. She's like, you know what I think it is? I think it's a blood clot. Y'all, I almost fell to the floor. I was like, oh, what? A blood clot? And she's like, oh no, it's okay. It's just, we just have to, you know, make a cut and just need to drink. But what I think we're gonna do is I'm gonna send you home with some more antibiotics and I'm gonna go ahead and, oh no, yeah. We've been several times since then. So she's like, I wanna see you in 2 days because I wanna see if it gets better. I'm like, okay. So she gives me anti-inflammatories again. Well, no, we were supposed to give it to him in his cheek, but we finally figured out that an easier way to do it is to just put it on his like spinach and his banana because he'll eat it that way. So instead of trying to wrangle him and trying to fight with him, trying to get something in his mouth, I started doing that. So that was Thursday. So Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, I have to take him back in for a recheck. They check it and she's like, it's gone down. She's like, come here, what do you think? And I'm having to look at it and she's like, I think it's gone down a little bit. And y'all, I wasn't seeing a big difference. It still looked really big to me. And I was like, yeah, maybe, it doesn't look good still. And she's like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it and I'm gonna just see what's in there. Oh my God, y'all. And I'm like, please don't cut this in front of me. Oh, by the way, I had Lou with me. She wasn't with me for the Thursday appointment because she was at school, but she went with me for the Saturday appointment. She was with me. And before oh, before they brought us back and showed us that, and they're like, does she want to come back? And I'm like, well, I don't want to leave her in the room by herself. I'm like, yeah, she'll come. I'm like, just don't look, Lou. So they'd given him a shot in the room to numb everything. And so he hopped around for about 5 minutes while that kicked in. Then they're like, we're going to take him back. And then they came out and told us, so they came back after they did the procedure. They cut it. She's like, why don't you come back? And so Lou came back to me. I'm like, don't look. The vet showed me what it was on a towel. Y'all, she's just like really, really cool, really open, but I'm going to like pass out here. I was like, I want to see it, but I don't. I appreciate her being, showing me everything and being very detailed. But y'all, she showed me the things that she got out of there. And she goes, it was a blood clot. So she goes, I'm going to just seal it up a little bit and we'll see you back in a couple of days. And y'all, the last 2 times I've had to take him to the vet, it's cost a lot of money. And my husband's like, this bunny is costing us so much. I'm like, I know, I'm so sorry. Because he didn't want the bunny in the first place, really. Y'all, so that was Saturday. She's like, yeah, maybe we'll see you Monday or Tuesday. But I never made an appointment. We just kind of left. And I've been trying to hold him for the last 2 days and pick him up so I can see if it looks any better. And he won't let me get near him. He runs away and I get tired of chasing him. I'm like, you know what? I give up. I am still giving him his medicine, but today's Wednesday and he has not gone back to the vet yet. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm dreading it. I don't want to, but I know I need to. So I'm gonna call them today and see if we can bring him in and take a look. But y'all, he is much more than I bargained for. He's had, the ear mites was the first deal. If y'all are new to the channel, hi, welcome. Sorry we're talking about this stuff, but I tell y'all everything. Good, bad, ugly, you name it. Sorry, there's a drill that I don't like that I'm gonna pop out. It had like a little tag on the end and it wouldn't come off. So I've kind of been laxed a little bit. I'm kind of done with the bunny stuff, but I'm like, okay, gotta take care of him. Yeah, so that was that. So I went to Randy's, so we'll go back to Thursday. So I stopped at Chipotle and I picked up a couple of burrito bowls for us. And I went to her house and we had the best time. We've never really sat and diamond painted together. We did at the Craftably retreat, but there was a lot of people there and a lot of visiting. But her and I just sat at her kitchen table and diamond painted and visited. It was so much fun. I was able to stay till I got there about 11:30-ish, I guess. And I was able to stay till about 2 because I had to go pick up Lou from school. I didn't want to leave because we were having so much fun, but we were just catching up and, diamond painting and, she had to have, a procedure done on her arm. And so she's only able to, she can't lift her arm up a lot because of the stitches. And so she was working on a little one and I brought my big JWall with me and I did get a little bit of a section done. So we actually got a lot of work done while we caught up and ate. So it was really fun. I really needed that, especially after that vet visit that morning. So, oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, so that was Thursday. Let's see. So the kids did not have school on Friday because it was Good Friday because of Easter weekend, and they did not have school on Monday. They added in a bad weather makeup day into that holiday so they could have a 4-day weekend. So they finally went back to school yesterday, which was nice. We had a nice 4 days together. Let's see. So we talked about Saturday. Okay, so Friday, they had off. And let's see what happened on Friday. Y'all, all the days are starting to just blend together. Friday. Oh yeah, so Friday, Nate and Lou colored Easter eggs. We typically do it the day before Easter. So we normally do it on Saturday, but Lou was chomping at the bit to do them Friday. I was like, okay, we had nothing else to do. So I was like, sure, no problem, let's do them. And so Nate's like, I want to color eggs. And y'all, I love that he'll be 16 in August and he still wants to color eggs. Ryan was at work, I believe. No, actually he had off Friday. So he's doing really good at work. If you want to know, my oldest, who's 17, Ryan, he just recently got a new job. Hasn't even gotten his first paycheck yet. It should be coming soon. He's been there almost 2 weeks. He works at Cane's, which is a chicken finger place, and he's being very responsible. I'm very proud of him. He's been setting his alarm. He had to work his very first weekend and he worked Saturday and he said it was very, very busy. And he was exhausted, y'all. He worked from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. on Saturday. And the Cane's he works at is a busy area. There's a Target across the street. There's a Costco down the street. There's also a Chick-fil-A across the street, which is really funny. I wonder how they do being across the street from each other because they're very similar. It's just a really busy area. There's a grocery store right there in the same shopping center. So he came home after 3 and he just sat down and took off his socks and shoes. He was like, oh, it was really good to see him like put in a good day's, work. And you could tell he was exhausted just from working and he was hungry but I'm really proud of him. He set his alarm and he got up. So yeah, so back to Friday, we really just colored eggs and Lou just played with friends and we just kind of hung out. I can't remember anything else that really happened on Friday that was exciting. And let's see. So Saturday, let's get to Saturday. Like I said, we did Oreo's checkup Saturday morning. That was kind of rough. Nothing, kind of just caught up on laundry and all the fun stuff and dishes, and all that on Saturday. Of course, Lou played with neighborhood friends, ran around. And then I knew Sunday was going to be, kind of a busy day with Easter. So, the Easter Bunny was getting prepared on Saturday, filling eggs, and Saturday's always, the day before is always a busy day for the Easter Bunny. Easter Bunny's always, getting stuff for baskets put together and all that. So that's what the Easter Bunny did Saturday. They were busy. And let's see. So Sunday morning was Easter. For those of you that celebrate, happy Easter again. Hope you had a good day. And so for those of you that may be new and may not know what's going on with me right now, but I'll just tell you real quick. My dad's only brother, his older brother, was sick and was battling cancer, and I was able to say goodbye to him the Sunday before. So I didn't have a live that Sunday, and really good visit. I'm really glad that we had that time together and I was able to say goodbye. Just my husband and I went. We didn't feel like it was appropriate for the kids because he's sick, and so I'm glad we didn't bring them, but we went for a couple hours and visited on Sunday. And then, so Easter morning, and here it had been a week since, and they didn't say he had much longer to live. And so Easter Sunday, Lou got up, and then we were doing Easter stuff, and I got a call from my dad at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't answer my phone at first because it was on my nightstand. I just got up real quick and went to go see what Lou got for Easter, and she was very excited and she wanted to look for eggs and do all those things. So I finally got my phone closer to 8, and I could tell, I knew why my dad was calling me. He just, why would he be calling at 7 o'clock in the morning? And he called to tell me that my uncle had passed away. Yeah, I don't want to get upset, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. I don't want to do that to y'all and upset anybody. This needs to be a happy, cheery time and, uplifting video. That's what I like to do for y'all. So with that being said, what a day my uncle picked to go, Easter, he passed in his sleep. So it's exactly what he wanted. He was peaceful, happened about 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's almost like he waited till Easter. What a beautiful day, to have chosen. And he had a chance to say goodbye to his daughter, to all his family. Everybody came to visit, and he was able to see everybody, and he was ready to go. Okay, so that's what happened Sunday morning. And then, so I got to tell you all a story. We're going to switch gears for a minute, back to Easter and to Lou. Okay, so my husband wakes up, and Lou is very excited to show Dad, what the Easter Bunny brought her. And so she's hungry, and she's like, you know what, I want something to eat. And I bought these cinnamon rolls. So she had a cinnamon roll, and she's like, I'm gonna have a hard-boiled egg too, because the bunny hides the hard-boiled eggs in the house. And then there was other plastic eggs that he hides in the backyard. So, and she was so cute. She did not want to she always wants to wait for her brothers, her bubbies. She always wants to wait for bubbies to do any kind of Christmas openings, anything to Easter, she always waits for them. And it's hard when you're young like she is and you've got 2 teenage brothers that sleep until noon or later, and they don't want to get up and do all those things early like she does. But they're a trooper. They do what she wants most of the time. But so here we were. It was about 9 o'clock, I guess, 9:10, and my husband wakes up and Lou's like, Dad, look at all the stuff I got. So she's showing him everything. And she's like, I'm gonna have a hard-boiled egg. So what she was doing is so I'd given my husband a golden egg, a big plastic golden egg. And so Lou had the top of that egg, it was like a hat. It basically fit on top of her head. It was so cute. So she was wearing that little egg head around, and she was wearing that whenever she sat down in the living room she got a plate and she was gonna crack her egg and start peeling it. My husband and I are just sitting there, and she goes, so she went to kind of smash it down on her paper plate on her lap, the egg, and of course it didn't really do anything. My husband's like, crack it on your hat to get it started. And right before she cracked it on her head with that egg, I said, wouldn't that be funny if they weren't cooked all the way and it just cracked all over her head? Y'all. Bad mom moment. I did not cook the eggs all the way through and we hard-boiled them. And it leaked on her head. It was hilarious. It was the best thing. I wish I would have had it videoed. And right after I said it, my husband's like, no. And he could see stuff dripping down, and Lou's like, ew. And she's holding out the egg, and it just oozes out. I mean, it oozed. It was like halfway cooked. And my husband's like, what'd you do? How did you cook these? And he's like, what? He's like shocked and stunned. And I was just so embarrassed, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can't even hard boil an egg. That's a huge fail. But I will never forget it. It was one of those moments where it was like, it's what we needed at the time. It was a good comedy, it was so good. And so we're laughing, and my husband's like, what did you do? So I said, well, I did something different this year. So y'all, this is what I did. So every year that I do Easter eggs, I get the water boiling, and then I put the eggs in. And whenever the eggs start hopping around, when they're raw still, some of them always crack. And it makes me so mad because I have to throw away some of them before, and she can't color them all. And I'm like, okay, this year I'm gonna be smarter about this. I'm gonna get the water just to a boil before it really starts popping, and I'm gonna set them in there. And I'm gonna turn the water off and put the lid on, and I'm just gonna let them sit for a while. Surely that's gonna work, right? Surely it did not. I mean, yeah, nothing cracked, but they were all raw. So that was a fail. Yeah, so that happened. I can't believe I did that. And I was just mortified. My husband was like, especially in front of my husband, I'm like, oh my gosh, Susie homemaker over here. But he knows I am not good in the kitchen. So that just confirmed it, verified it. I should not be doing that. But that's one of the easiest things to do, typically, is do the eggs. So after that happened, Lou's like, I want to wake up Bubbies. I'm like, girl, they were up. I know I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I heard them talking on their computers. I said, I know they're not ready to wake up yet. And I said, let's wait till 10. So finally at 10, she runs up there, and they're both super grumpy, super crabby. And what she had done was, before she woke them up, I told her she was really bugging me to wake them up. And I said, no, not yet. I said, take advantage of this. Go grab a couple of the eggs and go see what's inside of them. Some of the plastic eggs outside. And she's like, okay. She's like, is there anything good in them? I'm like, I don't know. Because she knows, but she doesn't know kind of thing. She's catching on. So I'm like, I don't know what the Easter Bunny put. So you never know. And she got all excited. She's like, I'm going to go open up some. So she grabbed about 5 or 6 eggs and was being really good about, just grabbing a couple. And she goes, Mom, I'm going to call these my advantage eggs because I have an advantage because I get up first. I'm like, there you go. So I was trying to put a positive spin on it. But it's funny because when it was time to go wake up the boys, she comes down after waking them up because they both said they were coming. And all of a sudden she wants to put all those eggs back and fill them back up real quick before they come down. So everything is just like it was, and it can be fair and be even, and nothing had ever happened. So she was really, really sweet in doing that. She didn't have to. She could have kept that because there was some money in there. The Easter Bunny had put some dollar bills in a couple of them. They each got a golden egg with $20 in it. And that caused some drama. So Ryan and Nate finally came downstairs and they went through their Easter baskets. Let's see, Ryan got, he's really into cars. So he got a Lego set of a car, some sports car. And then Nate likes to collect Pokemon because he's a collector and he's gonna sell them one day. He doesn't open them all, he keeps most of them. And he's gonna wait till they, you know, go up in value and he's gonna sell them one day. So he's like a collector of Pokemon cards. So he got a little Pokemon set. So yeah, and then Lou got, she's into these, they're called squashmallows. I think I'm saying that right, squishmallows. It's a squishy, stuffy, like stuffed animal, and they're super cute. She got a carrot. So she really wanted the carrot one. So yeah, and they each got a chocolate bunny and some candy. So they had really good Easter baskets. And then they got Peeps, of course. Gotta have the Peeps. And so when it was time to do the egg hunt, Lou was so excited. She was like, okay, let's go outside, let's go outside. Now Nate strategized pretty well. As soon as I said, okay, go. As soon as I said go, Lou and Ryan run outside. And within a minute, y'all, or less, I'm telling you, maybe less, I hear her crying. And Nate's like, I'm not going out there. Nate was good. He stayed inside because there was a lot of eggs that were hidden inside too. He's like, I'm smart. I'm not gonna go outside with the other two. I'm gonna stay in here and capitalize on the inside space, which was smart because there was a lot of drama going on outside and he didn't want any part of it. He's my easygoing one. Ryan was messing with Lou. He found, and they all know if you find a golden egg, only find one because everybody gets one. Well, he found 2 golden eggs and was telling Lou that he wasn't gonna give it to her and he was gonna keep both. I mean, he was just messing with her, of course. She did not like that. She, y'all, freaked out. I mean, had a full-on meltdown. He handed it back to her and they all came in finally and she was crying. She would not stop. And all of a sudden she turns it into something else, which is such a girl, y'all, such a woman. I told the boys, I'm like, no, this is how it is. This is what we do. All of a sudden it went from, you took my Easter egg, to you don't love me. I mean, it went from full on to a whole different, you know, space of drama of you don't love me, you never loved me. I mean, I was like, what is going on? And Nate's like, whoa. So she went into the bedroom and she closed the door and she was crying. And I'm like, there's no crying on Easter. It's not allowed. And yeah. And I told Ryan, don't do that. He goes, I was just joking. You know, he's 17. Everything's funny to him, right? Everything's a joke. I'm like, she's 9. He's like, well, she shouldn't be acting that way. And he tries to parent her. And so she gets upset. You're not my parent. And it just goes. Y'all, I was like, really? We're going to do this on Easter? Nate's like, I got a lot of eggs. She was mad that, you know, they also got more eggs than she did. And they all got about the same amount. She actually got more than they did. But y'all, she's just a brat sometimes. And wants things her way. And she's like the princess, you know? So yeah, that happened. And so I had to go in there and comfort her and tell her that Ryan did love her. And so Ryan finally came in and he came and we worked it out and we talked it out and he told her he loved her. And then of course he joked around again and, you know, called her a name, fart baby, I think he called her. And she's like, I don't like it when you call me that. And then, oh my gosh, I'm like, Lou, he does that because he loves you. That's the boys' way of showing that they love you, is when they tease you and make fun of you. Fart baby is like his like little name for you, you know? But she doesn't like it. So she was being really, really sensitive, y'all. Oh my gosh. So if this is like a little window into what it's gonna be like, she's only 9 and it's already getting drama town with, oh my gosh. And me being a girl, I know we can be dramatic. I know that. So I try to explain that to the boys, but they're just looking at it as I'm making excuses for her and I'm letting her get away with stuff and I haven't, you know. So I don't know if that's what it is either. I'm like, am I doing that or am I just being sympathetic, you know, and trying to explain what it's like? And she's only 9 and they're like, no, she shouldn't be acting like that. So Nate and Ryan were just like shaking their heads at Lou. So that was Easter morning. And then let's see what else happened that day. Really after that, I just spent the rest of the day, you know, like I said, just kind of trying to get stuff done because I knew that we were going to be, you know, I had my live, which by the way, if y'all are new, I have a live that I do every Sunday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you ever want to join for a live, please do. It's always a good time. This Sunday was super fun. I really needed to be uplifted, and of course, y'all came through. Always make me feel so good, and just kind of takes my mind off of things for an hour, you know? And that's what we need sometimes, is just a little escape. So, yes. But the live was really fun. So if y'all haven't seen it, you can watch it on the replay. It's on my channel. And yeah, it was fun. I've got some guests coming up on future lives. Speaking of, I need to confirm with my next guest and see if they're still ready to go for this weekend. So be looking for that person. I won't tell you who it is. I like to surprise y'all. Sometimes I'll say who it is, but I haven't checked with them to see if they want me to say who they are or if they want to keep it a surprise. I leave it up to them. But I do have one guest scheduled for this week. And then I try to do guests, you know, sprinkle them in here and there. And of course, if anybody ever wants to, you know, be on a live with me, please hit me up, send me a message, and we'll make it happen. All and anyone is always invited. And we're a, you know, close-knit community here, and whoever wants to come can come. Yeah, I'd love to have you. So let's see, what else? So the live was super fun. Yeah, we had a really, really good time. We did jelly bean count game. We had to count how many jelly beans. We did Mad Libs, Easter Mad Libs. What else? We did, I had a golden egg with a number in it, and you had to guess what the number was. Oh yeah, we also did a game, like a mishmash game. You had to, you know, unscramble the words, and it was like a dessert edition, which by the way, I was at Walmart. Y'all, I'm addicted to these now. I was at Walmart on Monday, and they had an 80s version of a trivia game like that. And I bought that one. They had 80s, 90s, and movie trivia, I think it was. So I got all three of those. They were in the, like, I kind of call it the dollar section. They kind of like Target does, the dollar spot, but it's not really all a dollar. Our Walmart has kind of created that same little spot where they have like some stuff that's like $2 and $3 and $5. So I found those cards in there. Yeah, so that was fun. So Sunday was a blast, and I really needed that because, like I said, it was just a roller coaster of a day, you know, getting that news. And yeah, it was. So that was Sunday. Let's see, Monday, the kids had off. Lou decided to have two of her girlfriends come over that live in the neighborhood. They all ended up at our house, about 10, I guess. And they hit me up right away. The girls were like, can you take us to get our nails done? And I was like, I'll take y'all to get your nails painted, but we're not doing anything crazy. And they're like, no, we want like next gen. We want like, you know, like gel nails. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. One, it's expensive. Two, you do not need that. No, we're not doing that. So I said, I'll take you to a park. And so they finally said, okay, after begging me about the nails and going round and around about nails. I'm like, no, they saw that I wasn't going to cave. So so we hopped in my car, made sure the moms were okay with it, obviously, and then took the girls to a local park, kind of up the street in a different neighborhood. And they had a really good time. I was getting out of the car, and I realized it was really cold and windy. I had worn shorts. Now I say really cold, y'all are gonna laugh. It was like 60 something. But I had shorts on and it was really windy. And I was like, you know what? I can see we're like right there. I can see them, Lou's with two other friends. There was nobody else there. So I stayed in the car. Yeah. And I brought some little diamond paintings with me. I brought a couple of greeting cards that I'm gonna do for a holiday for someone. And so I brought those with me. I didn't have a chance to do them. I've been doing them waiting for Lou at carpool instead. But so they did that for about 30 minutes. They played on the playground, and I just sat and talked to my Patreons, and it was like perfect. And Lou runs up to the car, and she's like, I gotta pee. It's like, go pee behind those trees over there. Like, she ran over there, and she shakes her head like, it's not really hidden enough. She's like, there's a boy at the playground. I'm like, oh, yeah, no. So and we're close to the house. And I said, okay, hop in, let's go to the house and I'll take you to the bathroom. That's one thing I wish that more playgrounds and parks had, like at least a porta potty, something for kids to go to the bathroom. Because it's happened a lot over the years where someone always has to go. Now with boys, it's a little different. They can just kind of, you know, go wherever, but girls, no. So we hopped in the car and went to the house. So get this, while Lou was in the house going to the bathroom, I had the 2 other girls in the car. Now take it, both of these girls, both of their moms work outside of the house, okay? And so we're sitting there waiting for Lou to go to the bathroom, and I was like, I said, I kind of brought up the subject. I said, so your mom's working today? And they both said, yeah. And they both said, what do you do? I said, oh, well, you know, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I said, you know, I don't work, I, you know, stay home. And I'm not sure if I said I don't work. I just said, you know, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Well, what do you do? And I said, well, I take care of the house and take care of y'all, the kid, you know, when Lou pick up Lou from school and do all that stuff. And I said, you know, I also have my YouTube channel. And I said, you know, I do that too. And they were like, oh, and that's all you do? Y'all, I was like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. But y'all, they're 9. They're 9 years old. So they don't know better. But I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all did not. It's interesting how, I don't know if they're getting that from their moms that work or if that's just how they see things. If you don't work, you don't do anything, you know? I mean, and I get it. Lou's even like kind of made those comments before, like, what do you do, you know, since you don't go to a job? So Lou gets in the car, and the plan was after the park to go to Walmart because they wanted to get materials to make slime. So I said, okay. I said, but we're gonna stick to the list because I made them make a list. Now y'all, on their list, they only had about 3 things listed. They had like contact solution, they had shaving cream, and then they had glue. I was like, all right, because I told them, I said, I don't wanna go to Walmart and have y'all start looking at toys, and I don't wanna spend a bunch of money here. I'm not gonna do that. So their big thing was, we don't want you to come with us when we were in the store. We wanna go shopping by ourselves. And I'm like, y'all, what? I'm like, I need to know where you're at. I can't just leave you. I'm like, I'm responsible for these 2 other girls. And they're like, stay right here and we'll come back and get you. So I knew where they were going and I could secretly see them. I kind of left my section and I was kind of following them without them knowing it. Yeah, but they wanted to be big kids and they wanted to be like big girls and go shopping by themselves. So yeah, I let them think that they were by themselves. So here's the deal. They grabbed a shopping cart. And I'm like, y'all don't really need a cart. Yeah, we do. Okay. They come back to me and I'm looking in the little dollar section and they had, I don't know, like 10, they had beads. They had like 6 things of different colors of glitter. The beads, what else did they have? They had 2 things of contact solution, 2 things of shaving cream, the biggest like thing of glue I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know how much that was. It was probably like $10 for this, maybe more, $20. Oh my gosh. And I just looked at them and I'm like, you really need all this stuff? Yes. And y'all, I'm a sucker. All 3 of their cute little faces looking at me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, let's go to self-checkout. I just wanted to get the heck out of there. So I spent more than I wanted to, but kept them busy. So we get back to the house and I said, okay, you know, Dad's working. So that was another thing. My husband, you know, works from home and he's on conference calls and in his office and it's downstairs. It's right by like where all the kids are in the kitchen. And I said, y'all got to do this outside. So they agreed that would be a good idea. So I didn't think about covering the table outside. It's a wooden table. But y'all, after they got done and they left, there was so much glue on the table. I had to go out there with like a wet rag and my scrub buddy and scrape all the glue and colored stuff. And there's still some on the carpet out there. It's an outdoor rug, but I'm like, oh my gosh. So I got most of it up. But so they did slime and then they decided to go swimming. So they asked me to heat up the hot tub and it takes a while because it's been warm, but not that warm. So next thing I know, they're all trying on Lou's bathing suits and making a huge mess of her room. And they all get a bathing suit on and they run out and they all hold hands and they scream and jump in the pool. Y'all, the pool's cold. And I'm like, I thought y'all were going in the hot tub. And they're like, no, it's fine. And they were all shivering and screaming out there. And my husband's trying to work. I'm like, oh my gosh. He comes out and kind of gives me that look. I'm like, y'all stop screaming. So after they did that, they decided to come in because they're hungry. They wanted to make themselves lunch. They did not want me to make them lunch. They're like, we want to make it. I said, okay, just clean the kitchen. I mean, y'all, I had just finished doing the dishes, right? That's how it goes. You finish cleaning something and then here comes the kids and it stays clean for like a second. I'm like, I just did the dishes. What are y'all gonna do? We got it. We're gonna make our own lunch. We don't need your help. I'm like, okay. So I'm just gonna stop and get a little sip of coffee real quick. So Lou decides to make fresh squeezed orange juice when we had orange juice in the fridge. She decides to, you know, those little cuties, those little oranges that you peel and like she was using those, and we have like a little juicer thing, and she had orange peels and orange juice sticky all over the counter, and then one of the little girls is using a cookie cutter to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and the other little girl is cutting up apples with yogurt, and I don't know what they were doing. It was a mess. So they made the biggest mess, but they ate lunch. And then it was like, let's go out and, in addition to Lou making the orange juice, she decided to put honey dripping on the outsides of the glass and then putting sugar, like so it sticks on the honey. Y'all, I don't even know. It was a big old mess. But again, they had fun. And then they're like, let's go swimming again. Or let's go, I think they went and did slime again. They did slime like 4 or 5 times. So they go out and they're doing slime again. And then we're gonna go swimming again. Okay, so then they're back in the pool. And then they're like, you know what? We're getting a little tired. We wanna watch a movie. And the movie that they wanted to watch was Goosebumps. And they wanted me to pay for it. They wanted me to rent it. I'm like, no, we're not renting any movies. Find something free on Netflix or whatever. I'm not doing that. So y'all, it was like all day. I didn't diamond paint. All day I was managing these girls and trying to keep them from being loud. And finally my husband, the girls, so then they start watching the movie, right? They found something. And then I found it for free, the movie that they were wanting to rent. It was like on something else, so it was free. They started watching that and they're like, can we have popcorn? So I made them popcorn. This is like that book, you give a mouse a cookie or whatever. It's like one thing leads to another and it just doesn't stop. Or you give them, yeah. So they're doing that. And I'm like, okay, they're watching a movie, they're eating their popcorn. I'm gonna go up and diamond paint. So I come up here and I hear my husband, Shay. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I go downstairs and the girls are gone. I'm like, what's happening? He's like, I'm having a hard time concentrating. He's like, I'll be working on something. I'll hear the girls and then I forget what I was working on and I start getting onto something else. He's like, can they please like go somewhere else or play outside or something? And I'm like, where are they now? They were just here. I didn't even hear them. I thought they were being quiet. He goes, well, they weren't being bad, but it's just been all day. We can't have a bunch of kids over when I'm trying to work. And I'm like, I get it. So they were outside again. So they lasted about 20 minutes watching the movie, popcorn all over the couch, kernels all over the floor, blankets everywhere unfolded, y'all, at this point, it's like 4 o'clock. I'm like, are they ever gonna leave? Are they ever going to leave? So I went out there and told them, I was like, girls, I said, her dad's trying to work. Y'all need to stay outside. Okay, we're doing slime. We're swimming. We're swimming. So finally at 5:30, I get a text from one of their moms saying, can you send them home? I'm like, yes. So finally about 5:45, almost 6, they left. They left, y'all. Now, if you already know the story, I'll tell y'all real quick. This mom in particular, I don't really care for her because she did something in the past that I didn't think was really cool. I think I've told the story before, but for those of you that don't know, Lou was invited to this little girl's birthday party. One of the girls that, stayed over here all day was invited to her birthday party about a month or 2 ago. And one day when I was at the retreat, so I wasn't even home when this happened, apparently they got into a disagreement and the little girl went home crying. And I got a text from the mom saying, You know, my daughter just came home crying, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and I think it's best. And she had just sent me the girl's birthday invitation like 2 weeks before that, right? And the birthday was coming up. She's like, I think it's best if Lauren doesn't come to her birthday party. Yeah. So she revoked the birthday invitation, and now they're friends again, and everything's fine, right? Because that's what happens. Girls, there's drama, and they work it out and whatever. But for her to do that, so anyways, that night, about 7 o'clock, after I'd had them all day long, I get a text message from the mom, the same mom, and she's like, I just wanted to say thank you for watching the girls all day. It's really hard for us working moms, and you really helped out. I'm just gonna set that there. And I'm like, oh my gosh. She was trying to be nice, but I took it differently. And I saw, it was like condescending to me. And I never responded back. I don't know. Yeah, us working moms. No, I'm not here to babysit. And yeah, I appreciate you saying thank you, but it's a big old but in there, right, y'all? Maybe I'm being too sensitive because of the whole birthday thing. But the thing that sucked is the birthday party, I never even told Lou that she was invited to this birthday party. She never even knew this little girl was having a party. So I thought we were all good. She never knew, she never got upset because she never knew the wiser. Well, when we were going to Walmart, somehow, oh, I know what it was. This little girl was mentioning, we were talking about how their older siblings have jobs. And this little girl has 2 older sisters, just like Lou has 2 older brothers. And the little girl was like, my sisters work at this little, like, I don't know, tumbling place, like gymnastics place. And we were like, oh, okay. And then the little girl's like, yeah, that's where I had my birthday party. And I was like, oh, no. And Lou was like, you had a birthday party? When? And the little girl told her, it was like last month, right? Lou's like, oh, I didn't go. Oh my gosh, y'all. I thought, oh, here we go. But you know what? And then I didn't say anything. I just was quiet. And the little girl says, oh, that's when we weren't talking. That's when we were mad at each other. But we're okay now. Everything's fine. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, the girl drama, y'all. It's crazy. So that was Monday. So I could not wait for them to go back to school Tuesday. I was like, I just need a break. I need a little break. So yeah, that's kind of been, that's pretty much been it. Tuesday, I pretty much just, did a whole lot of nothing. Yesterday, I just like ran errands, fun stuff. Pharmacy, post office, grocery store. I got my nails done. I need to go somewhere else because they keep hurting me. And I don't have like a person I go to whoever, because I'm not up for like making appointments, and I don't want to be that organized because I never know when I'm going to want to go or when I can go. I just go whenever they break or they start looking really bad. And that's why I don't even like the whole nail thing, because you kind of have to keep up with it. But this lady, I don't know if y'all can see, I don't know, it may not show up, but she was like, my cuticles are really irritated and red, and they were stinging. She cut me a few times. So yeah, how are we on time? Oh, 53 minutes. Okay, that's awesome. I always can kind of feel when it's been almost an hour. I'm like, I think I've run out of stuff to say, because I can go for about an hour. Sorry, I was just taking another little sip. My coffee's getting cold, but it's still good. Oh yeah. So what else, y'all? So yeah, yesterday I just did errands, and I really need to, like I said, get the bunny thing taken care of, and I don't want to take him again, but I have to. I would feel really bad if like something else is wrong right now, and and I don't know because I'm not looking at it. So, and the vet's really good. They followed up with me. I think it was on Monday. They sent me a text message just seeing how Oreo's doing. I'm like, I don't know. He won't let me look at him. He runs away from me, or he snorts. Like he's growling at me. So I'm having a hard time socializing the bunny. Daisy, the hamster, is doing good. I went to clean her cage this morning because Lou's room was starting to smell. And I was like, is it the bunny or the hamster? I don't know. It could be either one. But I started carrying her cage downstairs, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, wait a second. I don't have the bedding. I think I'm out of bedding. So I'm like, crap. So I was gonna see if Amazon has it because I don't want to go to Petco or PetSmart or anything like that. And so I think I'm just gonna Amazon. But yeah, I've got to clean the hamster cage. Yeah, because that's a thing. I just spilled some drills, y'all. I spilled some drills. So what else? I'm trying to think what else, other than like what's been going on, what else in our world do we need to catch up on? If I've forgotten anything, I'll add it in here, but I can't think of anything else. I feel like there's something. You know that feeling you get when there's like something else and maybe I just didn't write it down. But yeah, if I think of it, I'll come back. But yeah, I think I've cut y'all up. I think that's it. I think that was enough, right? Yeah, y'all. So I hope you got some work done. Hope you didn't mind me kind of just jibber jabbering away. But I got some work done. Hopefully y'all did too. Again, when I do my whip and chats, I find that I'm talking, so it's kind of hard to like multi-place and talk at the same time. So I do a little single placing. So, it does take me a little bit longer. But again, this is not a race. I'm not gonna finish this for anything, I don't have a goal. I'll finish it whenever I finish it. So, but yeah, I do have a little project that I'm doing while I'm waiting for the greeting cards are fun. I'm doing a couple of, I can't say because they might be watching, but I'm doing a couple of cards for a couple of folks. So those are super fun to work on in the car. I just keep them in the back seat. And I've got 2 of those going and one of them's almost done. And I just kind of, because I've got about 15 minutes that I have to wait for Leo and carpool. So I just kind of pull those out and I just diamond paint on my console in the car. People walk by, probably look in, probably go, what is this lady doing? Because I don't actually go in the carpool lane. I'm parked on the side of the street, like near the school. Because I don't want to do the whole carpool business anymore of actually having to like be in the official lane. It's too hard to get out of there. So I started parking right next to the school. But yeah, the weather has been nice, but it's been kind of gloomy today. It looks like it's gonna rain. But y'all, I've been listening to some of the other creators and other friends. A lot of folks are getting snow. What is going on? It's springtime. Isn't it spring? We've got spring weather here, and I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying it's so odd that some people are getting snow, and we've had 60s and 70s. It's supposed to get up to 80 today. So it's so weird to think that, it can be the polar opposite in another part of the world. It's just crazy how that stuff works. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. It was kind of intriguing to me that it can be so different. So, but hopefully, the weather stays like this. It's been pretty nice and it hasn't gotten too hot yet. So, because Texas gets super duper hot. Yes. All right, y'all, I'm gonna let you go. I get to go to Costco today. I have to go to Costco. What time is it now? It's 11:21 for me. I have to go to Costco, and then I need to go take, because we got Ryan, we bought Ryan that used Porsche from my husband's best friend, and we have to get it, we have to get the title and the registration over to Texas from California, because they drove it from California here. So my husband and I sat down this morning and went through all the application and all the paperwork. Y'all, it's a lot of work. Gosh, now I know why people would rather buy a new car rather than buy a used car and have out of state. They make you do a lot of paperwork. You have to have the title and all this applications and insurance and inspection and all the things. Odometer report, it's a lot. So when we took the plates off the car, the California plates, and so I've got that, and I've got to run up to the tax office and try to see if I can get that taken care of. So I've got some to-dos to do today. So I'm gonna let y'all go. And I need to stop diamond painting so I can go actually get that stuff done. And y'all, again, I hope you're doing okay. Let me know how you're doing. And I wanted to say a quick thank you. That's what I meant. Y'all, I knew there was something. I knew it. I knew it. I had that feeling. One other last thing I wanted to say, I just wanted to say a very, very big thank you to everyone that has, thought about me, prayed for me, good thoughts, hugs, kisses, messages. I can't say enough thank yous for it. It's made my family and I feel so loved. And when you're going through something like this, where you've lost a family member, it really, really helps to be, and I'm feeling the love and I'm feeling all the prayers. I really, really am. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's sent, everyone has said the sweetest comments and really reached out to me. I've gotten some emails, and I also want to say thank you to Christine, my friend here on YouTube, she was one of my Patreons. She sent me flowers, y'all. I got flowers on Monday, actually, when the girls were here and it was crazy. The flowers could not have come at a better time. It really spruced up the kitchen while they were making their messes. So Christine, thank you for the flowers. It really means a lot to me. They're beautiful and they look so nice in the kitchen, and it's really, really nice. So thank y'all for all your support and all your love. Yeah, that's the big thing I forgot. I knew it. I was like, I didn't write that down because I know I was gonna say it, and I was like, y'all, if I don't write it down, it just leaves. So I'm so glad I got that in before I left. All right, y'all. So y'all let me know how you're doing below. I love reading your comments. And if you've watched the whole thing, I'm gonna ask for an emoji. I normally don't do that, but I think it'll be fun. Leave me, what type of emoji should we do? Leave me, let me see. Just leave me your current like status. You know, how are you? Happy, sad, angry, frustrated? Give me an emoji that just lets me know how you're doing. So that way I'll know, okay? So yeah, we'll do it that way. Just let me know how you're doing in an emoji, okay? All right, y'all take care. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. There's a subscribe button down below and it's free. It's just lets me know that you like what I'm doing here. And if you do and you want to see more, there's a notification bell right next to the subscribe button. And if you click on that, you'll just be notified whenever I post up any new videos. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye guys.